What's up guys, Eterno here, and today I'm going to show you how to play Vladimir on the mid lane with the best build and runes, and we're gonna play against Zoe. I'm gonna provide you useful tips to play Vlad better. You always wanna start with Q, and so what it does, it deals magic damage and heals you. After 2 Q casts, your next Q is empowered, it deals more damage and heals you for more during this red bar. So usually you wanna apply that Q at the enemy champion, but if you cannot reach, then at least use the Q on nearby minion, because that way you won't waste extra healing, and it's really useful against ranged matchups on the mid lane, especially the poke ones. So I would say when you play against a melee matchup, you can play your Q more aggressively to just poke. But here we have to focus on minions. So after getting poked, you can just play safer for a while, and you're just gonna be patient, wait for that empowered Q, and we're gonna heal on minions. Eventually you're gonna be able to trade again with annoying champions like Zoe. Thing is, she has that disengage with E, so it's even more difficult. By the way, your LB can see this progression bar. If you hold your E, your empowered Q is kept for longer duration, but right after releasing E, it's gonna drop even faster. So sometimes you can bait your enemy into thinking you're gonna have no empowered Q and you're just gonna E. As long as you're in range with the Q, right after E, you're gonna outplay, and your E deals more damage based on the duration of your charge, and if you charge for at least 1 second, the E also slows, and the slow is increased as you put more points into this ability. So as you can see, I'm back to pretty much full HP, and your E also costs you health, just 8% of max health, so when having more HP it's more punishing for you. And be careful with that E. If you're low HP, you can accidentally make it possible for your enemy to kill you. Okay, I'm being like here, and I have phase rush to catch up to my enemy. And now she's taking a lot of damage. I think it was possible to kill her, or you can also do this. And we just W to avoid this turret damage. And let's back. That's a really good start. And the first item you wanna get is Horizon Focus. It grants you 125 ability power, so it's really good. And on top of that you also gain ability haste, which is really beneficial for Vlad. But for now we're gonna start with Blasting Wand, since it grants you 45 AP and it's a great synergy for your passive. So Vladimir gains 1 ability power for every 30 bonus health, and he also gains max health per ability power, and you can see how much you have gained so far. And we've got 97 AP in this stage of the game. I'd say it's really good. Also, usually you play with Ghost, unless you have killing potential on the lane, and this game I mainly took Ignite because there's Soraka and Viego, so I'm gonna have to deal with the healing. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna ult, and she's dead. Now you wanna E in the middle of the wave, like this, to be efficient. And we're gonna try to push as fast as possible, because Zoe has no teleport. Actually, you have to pay attention if it's making sense to push or not. Here I simply wanna roam or just recall. But I think I'm gonna roam and try something. I also don't wanna misplace the minion wave. Okay, I got one. We're gonna focus on the closest target. Oh. Surprise, I can just pass through. And now she's dead. Oh, okay. it's pointless to chase Soraka. He's already good so far. Okay, she has healed, there's gonna be Soraka around, so no point. And as you can see, it was worth pushing, because that way I didn't lose anything out of that. The minion wave didn't crash, so you have to predict what's gonna happen next. And this he deals a lot of damage later. Just for now, you have to rely more on the Q. Now, just be patient, heal again. Clear minions. And we're gonna max E second. I think I'm gonna stay. So as for W, you become untargetable for 2 seconds and you gain decaying movement speed for 1 second, and you become ghosted as well, which means you can ignore unit collision. But while being ghosted, you pretty much ignore collision with anything. And you also slow enemies in the pool by 40% when you pass through enemies. You also deal magic damage, which is dependent on the amount of total HP you have. So you're just scaling with HP pretty much. And you restore health. You restore more if you have more HP, and also you gain for each target you actually pass through with W. So you can heal for more by applying W to multiple targets in a team fight. And of course you wanna keep it to dodge something. Keep in mind you can start casting your E, and without releasing E you press W, and then during W you release E, which can surprise your enemies often. And this is the part of your main combo which I'm gonna explain, and you're gonna need to apply muscle memory to actually do this effectively. And you're gonna combine that with ult, but I'm gonna explain it soon. So here I think I don't need to actually press my ultimate to finish her off. I can show you just doing this. Okay, actually I'm gonna ult. She's pretty much dead anyway. But usually you wanna ult differently, because after applying ult it causes enemies affected by ult to take 10% increased damage from all sources for 4 seconds, which means your allies also deal more damage to the target affected by ult during the ultimate's duration. And so, knowing this, there's also another thing about ult. Right when the ultimate ends, so after 4 seconds, you get healed if you hit a champion and restore an additional 90 health currently for each champion beyond the first, so you can heal for more. Now we're gonna go for Magic Pen boost this game. Okay, so after I explained the way ultimate works, you might think it's better to ult and Q first, but actually there's a nice trick on Vladimir to maximize the damage. You can actually press Q while pressing ultimate at the same time, and the ultimate's still gonna apply increased damage for the Q. Then after pressing Q and ult at once, you wanna hold your E to max duration. During E you press W, and during W you release your E, and then you Q again. Best if you can load up empowered Q, or I'd say since you need 2 Q casts to load up the empowered Q, then it's actually better to prepare it. So you do the basic Q, so that after doing this combo, your next Q will deal more damage and you're gonna heal for even more. And when ultimate finishes, you're gonna really deal a lot of damage. Bye, outplay. It's so satisfying outplaying enemies if you know how to combo with Vlad. And don't be discouraged if you fail at first because when I was learning Vladimir many years ago, I had to practice at least few games to do this combo perfectly. You can also E-flash, I think I did it this game, but make sure to release your E right after flash or else the damage is not gonna apply. And look, I do max E and it already clears the wave. So Horizon Focus might be surprising, like why would you get that at first? But it actually makes a lot of sense, mainly to base stats of Vladimir. And also you get vision on enemies. And next we wanna get Riftmaker, which grants you even more healing. And we're gonna also go Dark Seal, cause why not? I don't need these potions, I have so much sustain already. So even when having this item you gain up to 6% increased damage in combat, which is crazy, and combined with these runes, now you can see why usually Vladimir players take Ghost and Phase Rush, because he has enough damage and sustain and all he needs is mobility and ability haste. Okay, so since my enemy is going to stay, I won't rush it, decreasing the chances of killing Zoe. Of course she's not worth much gold, and I could just flash right now, but I think it's not worth it. So I just do this, and she's already dead. Okay, the most important thing about Vladimir I'm gonna tell you right now. If you wanna outplay enemies in a team fight, you always have to keep your W. If you don't have your W up, never try any outplay, because it's just not gonna work. Mainly because W allows you to survive long enough to receive that OP healing from ultimate. And without it, usually enemies will just end up killing you before you receive the healing. And the healing is not instant, it actually has to travel back to you from enemies. So well, I think I could back again, or we could secure Dragon. Let's go for it. We have one so far. Look at the healing already, and when you combine that with W and Riftmaker, Autobat, that is so good. So I'm gonna repeat that. You press Q and Alt at once, you press E without releasing it, you press W, holding both keys, you release E, and you Q again. And Vladimir's cooldowns are pretty low at this point, gonna be even lower. Wow, see that slow, like, and satisfied. Timed well. Also you have to think if it's worth pressing ult sometimes, like you're gonna definitely need that Autobat for team fights, so I killed Zoe without the use of my ult and I might be able to do something. I heal on nearby wave while approaching enemies and we'll see. They're actually expecting me and I'm not gonna reach in time, so I didn't keep my Q, I just use it for minions. Also, another tip, when you get poked especially and there's a minion wave, try not to use your E because you're gonna waste the source of healing. You can just heal on minions with the Q. By the way, I also do coaching on Discord to help you get better with a lot of champions and to climb faster, so if you're interested you can contact me in the video description. And I'd say, especially when you're fed, try to be close to potential team fights, because your teammates will surely make some pointless fights that grant no objective. So instead of just split pushing all the time and focusing on CS, when you're strong enough you can already impact. And I'd say you're very strong with 3 items, so Horizon Focus, Riftmaker and Death Cap. But already, even with this item, we can do a lot, like you could see. The damage I've dealt to Zoe, so imagine later. Just remember to be patient, I'd say patience is key, as Vlad. Oh, another thing, which actually didn't happen right now, but you also have to know, if you press Q and you lose vision on the target, the Q won't fully cast and it's gonna be wasted. I mean, it's not going on cooldown, you're gonna have to press Q again without dealing damage if you lose vision. Okay, so as you can see right now, yeah, this time she was out of range, but I wanted to show you the red bar was decreasing slower and I nearly reached with my empowered Q, so I could prolong that and you could see how fast it actually decreased. And make sure not to flash just for the sake of it. Or we can do this, I think, yes. Outplayed. You have to know the damage to do this. Without knowing the damage it was a bit risky, but I just knew that I was about to receive that healing, so understanding Vladimir's kit is so important. And yeah, I could be getting upgraded boots actually. And look, I have 3000 HP so far. So very close to 1k. Especially as I get more. There's Gathering Storm and Rabadons. So in this rune page you have a lot of synergy and even greater scaling, which makes Vladimir a hyper carry late game. He can just 1v5. But you shouldn't be trying to do everything alone, just wait for teammates. Do not engage yourself unless you're joining the teamfight late or it's clear you're gonna outplay. Okay, there's Atakan. So I just stay on the mid lane right now. I know I cannot reach Caitlyn, but I don't have to do anything crazy. The good thing about Vladimir is the fact that we do not rely on mana. So we can just clear, and the wave clear is so strong even with E. Just look, it costs 200, but we heal for nearly the same. Okay, there's a random fight happening. It's good. My jungler got the kill. I'm already fed, so letting your allies take kills is really good. I'm just gonna zone out Caitlyn, but she probably went to defend base, I guess. And as you can see, your E-charge can be interrupted. It was just interrupted by Dragon, I wanted to show you. And that's pretty much it. All you have to know about Vladimir. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then you can like and subscribe. Also let me know in the comment what do you think, if you got questions or if you wanna request some other champion guide, which I can make. And if you need coaching, contact me on Discord in the video description. You can also check out my stream. Thanks for watching and see you next time.